Hello, everyone. Welcome to Club Passim. Actually, just across the river from Club Passim, the Alston edition. Um, Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We have two great acts coming up for you. In a bit, we are going to have Gail, Finnie, Rundlett, and then John Gailmor. We're so excited to be able to bring you this co-bill for tonight. Before we get to your music, I just want to go over a couple things about Club Passim. I'm sure that many of you are fans of the club and have been for a long time, but in case there is anyone out there who's not familiar with us, Passim is a nonprofit organization, and we, in normal times, run a live music venue in Harvard Square. We have been a live music club in Harvard Square for about 62 years now, and we've been a nonprofit for the last 25 of those. And it's because of your support that we're able to keep running. And bringing you live music every night, and usually twice on Sundays. Things have changed a little bit since the shutdown in March, but we have moved as many shows as we can online, and we have been bringing you live streams nearly every night of the week here. So whether you're watching from our Facebook or our YouTube or just the Passim website, thanks for finding us. Thanks for tuning in. And you can look at passim.org/stream to see all of our upcoming shows. We have lots of shows planned. We have a very exciting show coming up. There's a big show this Friday that we have been planning for the last month or so. We've been working up to this. We are going to have Lori McKenna releasing her brand new album, The Balladeer. She is going to be in actual Club Passim, not my apartment, actual Club Passim. She's going to have Margarelli with her, and it's very socially distanced on stage for each of them. They are going to be playing straight through Lori's brand new album, and we're going to be doing that to an audience-less club, but bringing it to you right out here. So if you're interested in that, you can go to passim.org/stream to see more details, and you can tune into that on Friday. As we are still functioning as a daily club, and to make sure that we'll be able to reopen whenever we're able to reopen. We are also suggesting donations for each of our shows that you watch. So if you enjoy the show tonight, you'd like to support Passim and our artists, please go to passim.org/stream and donate what you think the show is worth. We're suggesting $18 for tonight. That's about the ticket price that this would be if you were seeing it in the club. So thanks for coming out. Thanks for listening to my spiel. I also encourage anyone out there to share this stream right now with your Facebook friends, or if, in case you folks don't know, there's a dulcimer coming up tonight. I called my mom especially before the show to tell her there's going to be dulcimer, get here now. So if you have a dulcimer-loving friend in your life, call them now and tell them to get over here. We'll be getting started with the music in just a couple minutes. We're going to bring up both of our acts for tonight, just to kind of say hey to folks. I just want to let everyone know you might hear a slight echo, but don't worry, that'll go away once the music starts. So if you hear just a little bit of echoing voices, don't worry about it. It'll go away in a couple minutes. And I'd like to introduce to you our two acts for tonight. Please help me welcome up John Gailmor and Gail, Finnie, Rundlett. Hi, folks.
Hey, guys.
Hey there. Hey, John.
Hi, Gail.
So I just want to introduce my friend Jack, in case I forget later. We've known each other since, for about 40 years? Yeah. And where was the first time that I sang for you?
At our wedding.
Not
our wedding, my wedding.
He and his wife, and I was singing. But it's so sweet, because now every time I see Jack, he has to mention that I sang at his wedding. It's very sweet. So we're in his studio in Alton, New Hampshire, which is lovely. And you're in...
I am in my family room in Elmore, Vermont, town of 800 people, and the home of the last functioning one-room schoolhouse in Vermont, which
Wow.
I'm very proud of. And it's still going, still thriving, and we are so proud of it. So.
Well, he asked me what town you're in. I had no idea.
You mean Eastern or Central or Mountain Time?
No, what town you were in, and I just...
Oh, town.
Yeah,
Elmore, Vermont. And we have a lake, and we have a church, and we have a wonderful general store, and a state park. So I've been here since 1980, and I may not ever leave.
And John and Gail, how do you folks know each other? Have you played shows together before?
We haven't actually played together, but we've kind of known about each other.
Well,
and
I knew John was a player back in the day. So you lived in the area, and I knew you because you played around in the area a lot, and you were sort of a name. You know, I knew who you were, and that you did a lot of gigs at Passim when Bob and Rayanne were there. And then I'll just tell this quick anecdote because it's kind of a sweet 6 degrees of separation. My daughter is married to Aiden Nevin, and I think that his parents were watching tonight. And so when they were engaged, Chris and Karen had a huge connection with you. If I remember right, their first date was going to see you at a show. Is that right? Something like that. So they've been big fans of yours all these years. And so they asked you to write a song for my daughter and her fiance. And then you were the entertainment at the, what do you call it, rehearsal. It was like a rehearsal party in the backyard. It was awesome. And because you and I sort of knew Rudy Toot Toot for the Moon, we sang that. And so we sort of reconnected over the Nevins, which is lovely.
And you're asking me to remember more than a half hour ago.
I know. Sorry.
So now my Passim relationship goes way back to the days of Bob and Rayanne Donlin, and I remember, there it is, Passim. One of the funniest things I remember is being in the back room with boxes and boxes of cassette tapes that people had sent in, hoping that they'd be listened to and would be able to perform there. And there was a little sign. It was Bob and Rayanne. There was a little sign, handwritten sign that said Bob and Ray. And I just thought that was so funny because of the comedians, Bob and Ray. Somebody had written Bob and Ray.
Well, only the folks of a certain age would know that reference, I think.
Yes.
But so one more thing about Bob and Rayanne, I was the keeper of things of Bob and Rayanne's for many years when Bob was dying and they were, ending their connection with the club. And so a lot of us in the folk community came and helped Rayanne pack up and take some things. So I went over one afternoon and I just said, give me the things you don't want to go into someone's garage and I'll keep them for you till you can take them again. So I had boxes of, I won't go into all the things, but the most treasured possession, and I didn't know what was in the box. I had a box of papers. So I went through them, and there was a lot of receipts and things having to do with Harvard, since I think they're the landlord of that building.
Yeah.
And when I started really looking through the folders, I found the original logo. This is the original logo of Club Passim. I mean, this is a copy of it. Yeah. So I made sure that went to the club to go into the archives. But when I found that, I was so awestruck, and they had a bunch of copies. So I thought it'd be fun to have that. And then while I was finding that last night, I found this wonderful picture of Bob. Oh, yeah. Can you hold this for a second? Yeah. I can't get my reference.
In front of the green light.
There we go. So this is a wonderful picture of him. And this is from his memorial service. But isn't that a lovely photo?
Beautiful. And
the fun thing on the back is him as a beatnik, right? And he used to hang out with Jack Kerouac, and he was friends with Allen Ginsberg. So I just thought it'd be really fun to have that retro connection, since you kind of have that, John.
Oh, yeah. And I have such great memories of Passims. I was an opening act for some amazing people that most people will recognize. Bill Staines and Guy Van Duzer and Billy Novick. And just the people they had here were amazing. And
well, Guy and Billy were the first people. They used to have the live on WERS. I forget what they called it, but Sunday afternoons, I think at 3, they would have a live show with The Weeknd. It usually was one performer the entire weekend, like a guy in the Passim All-Stars or Bill Staines. And they would have an opening act for the live broadcast on WERS. And my very first time playing at Passim was opening for Guy and Billy. So it's kind of fun to have all those memories.
Oh boy, what a place. Iconic, justifiably iconic.
Yeah.
And folks that still play the club, we still have them every year.
That's great.
All right, well, John, I'm going to send you back to the green room for a little bit. We'll be hearing from you next.
Great.
Right now, Gail, why don't you take it away?
Okay. So I think we'll just play it. There we go.
Go.
through this wicked world, searching for light in the darkness of insanity. I ask myself, is all hope lost? Is there only pain and hatred and misery? And each time I feel like this inside, I just want to know what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding. Yeah. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? And as I walk through these troubled times, my spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. So who are the strong? And where are the trusted? And where is the harmony? Sweet harmony. And each time I feel it slipping away, I just want to cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Yeah. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? So who are the strong? And who are the trusted? And where is the harmony? Sweet harmony. And each time I feel it slipping away, I just want to cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Yeah. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Yeah. So I've known Jack, as we said, a long time. His wife was my girlfriend in college way before Jack was in the picture. And we've never played together all these years. So it's very fun that he offered not only his beautiful studio, but to play. I want to give a shout out to my family in Texas. I hope they're able to watch. You never know when there are young children what may come up. But so Hannah and Aiden and my two grandkids are in Bryan, Texas. Hopefully they're watching. I chose the first slot so they would make sure to be up. So Bella, this is a song, you've heard this before. This is a song I wrote for Bella when Hannah was still pregnant, and I wrote it for her shower, and it's sort of developed over time and gotten a few, I added a few things after she was born. So just to give you a reference point for those of you who aren't family, Bella was born in May, and it was 2016, and the next November was the election. So that'll just give you some history about what's going on in the song. So this is called Baby Baby, and please sing along in the comfort of your home. Here we go. Baby, baby, wonder who you're gonna be. Baby, 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 blonde hair or blue-eyed, possibly 6'3". Baby, baby, probably not. Your daddy's handsome, your mama's a beautiful gal. Baby, 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 she'll probably have her That's for you, Bella. Okay. It's such a whole new world. I know you're out there, and I know that hopefully Bella's running around saying, that was about me. Can I just give you that at some point? But it's still interesting to sort of feel like we're just having a rehearsal here, but in fact, we're happy to have you as our virtual audience. Let's see. I'm always looking for a pick. Here we go. So I only started writing songs about 10 years ago, I guess. And there's a long story behind that, which I won't bore you with. But I was part of a virtual writers retreat. We're usually in the Adirondacks at Big Moose Lake, but of course that didn't happen. So we had a virtual retreat last week for, Tuesday night through Saturday night, 3 sessions a day, 2.5 hours each session. It was amazing. So I've been wanting to write a lullaby. And so I wrote a song. Let's see. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. I wrote this song to sort of be workshopped with these amazing writers. So it's sort of new, and it's a work in progress. But this is for it's sort of for Hannah, Bella, and Jamie. It's for everybody, for all the kids, Jamie and the other baby that's due in November. So it's sort of a working title. I'm calling it right now All Through the Night, but it probably will change as far as the name goes. Okay. Okay, so you're going to do a little bit of a... We're sort of figuring this out as we go. Okay, here we go. Where have you gone, brown eyes so bright, gazing at stars, at the moon shining bright? Animal friends surround you at night, all through the night. One tiny dancer, 2 little men, 3's on his way, let's do it again. I dream of your bare hugs, holding you tight, all through the night. How will it happen? How can I know if you will stay or if you will go? We'll fly away as you are grown. Come back if you're on your own. Bright rays of sunshine, wake little ones. Time to get up, the day has begun. Let's wish good things for everyone, all through the night, all through the night. So that's it for the family part of the show. All through the night. If you have a suggestion for a title for that, put it in the comments. And I'm looking for something that's a little more individual for the song. So, it goes without saying that probably this is the most horrific time. I can't even imagine that we would have been in this position. Everything that's happening, that we don't know what's coming. So I've been wanting to do some uplifting, encouraging songs, and I thought of this. I don't perform it a whole lot, but when I sing it, it's I don't know, it's one of those songs that has a lot of meaning and emotion to it. It's called Heart of a Believer, written by Kimmy Rhodes. And if you don't know her songwriting, she's from Austin, Texas. And she's sort of known in the country world a little bit, Americana country. She's done a lot of recording and writing with Willie Nelson. And the reason I even know about her music is Marilyn Ray Beyer, who is a friend and was music director at WUMB for many years. I also worked at the station, and she knew I was a big fan of Kimmy's. And so when promos come into the radio station, they go in the remainder bin usually, oftentimes. So she knew I was a fan and gave me, Kimmy is such a prolific songwriter. She put out an album full of 10 or 12 songs that she just had never recorded, and it's amazing recording. So that's how I learned Heart of a Believer. It's the title cut of the last album I'll probably do as a collection of songs. So check out Kimmy's music if you haven't heard of her. I am on a journey. I brought nothing with me. Whatever will be, will be. And I've come this far. Life has led me by the hand. Time has helped me understand. I'm heading for the promised land. With the heart of a believer, I believe my dreams are safe. Faith that's blind will find its way. Doubts will leave when hope remains in the heart of a believer. A star is just a ray of light, finding its way through the night. It's traveled like years just to shine, and it's come this far. A pearl is just a grain of sand. A tree is just a seed that lands. Every miracle began in the heart of a believer. I believe my dreams are safe. Faith that's blind will find its way. Doubts will leave when hope remains in the heart of a believer. I believe, yes, I believe with the heart of a believer. Gotta do it every day. We've got flies in here. So a couple songs ago, you probably saw a fly literally almost went right down. That would have been an interesting. I'm watching to see if Jeff Goldblum is on the head of one of these flies. They're so big. Okay, so we're going to do one more song because I really want to get right to John. I'm anxious to hear him sing. So this last song is also on the album Heart of a Believer, and it's by Ingrid Michaelson, and it's called Everybody. And when I worked at Barnes & Noble several years ago, I worked in the music DVD department, and I was exposed to so much music that I would not have listened to because I'm such a folky. I listen to different genres, but I tend to go toward that. So it was really good to be exposed to a broader spectrum, and I fell in love with Ingrid's music, and particularly in this song. So this is another one. It's very simple message, and it's what we all need to hear right now. So this is called Everybody. In case I don't get a chance, I want to give a huge shout out to Jack. He's an amazing musician, is very busy right now trying to piece together his work with the pandemic, and so he graciously offered to do this. So thank you, Jack.
You're welcome.
Okay, everybody, and please sing along. Wait a minute. You know what? Can I have that white pick that's on my... Do I have... Oh, I have it.
There's one
No,
here.
no, I want that one. Okay, for if you're not a musician, the picks have to be exactly the right width, or this just doesn't work. So, now I have the right pick. Okay. We all set?
Go.
We have fallen down again tonight. In this world it's hard to get it right. Trying to keep your heart fit like the blood. What it needs is love, love, love. Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved. Oh, 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 Happy is the heart that still feels pain. Darkness drains and light will come again. Swing open up your chest and let it in. Just let the love, love, love begin. Sing along now. Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody knows the love. Everybody holds the love. Everybody folds for love. Everybody feels the love. Everybody steals the love. Everybody heals with love. Everybody feels the love. Everybody steals the love. Everybody heals with love. Ooh, just let the love, love, love begin. Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved. Oh, 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 oh. I'm just gonna go out. Everybody by Ingrid Michaelson. Be kind to each other. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jack.
Yay! Thank you, folks. That was lovely. And I did sing along with that last one. So.
All right.
All right, thank you, Gail and Jack. We'll check back in with you at the end of the show. Thanks for kicking things off for us. And now I'd like to bring up our second act for tonight, John Gailmor. How are you doing, John?
Dandy, thank you. There's a
Good.
word you don't hear very often.
How was the green room?
Very green.
Okay,
Greener than I
good.
expected. Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, you're all rested. You're ready to go. I will turn things over to you.
Okay. Let's go out on a limb. Show 'em the beauty of the world we're in. Take a chance, grab a partner and dance. Out here, out on a limb. Childish eyes are smiling at you, hoping you'll grin right back. Been enough tears to make an ocean. We'll dry 'em all and cause a commotion. Let's go out on a limb. Show 'em the beauty of the world we're in. Take a chance, grab a partner and dance. Out here, out on a limb. Springtime mud is hubcap high. What bare feet are made for. Ease 'em right down as the laughter flows. Oozing through those tiny toes. Let's go out on a limb. Show 'em the beauty of the world we're in. You gotta take a chance, grab a partner and dance. Out here, out on a limb. Flaming fall is a frolicking time. Children hop and holler, giving thanks for some good clean air. But most of all for grown-ups who care. Let's go out on a limb. Show 'em the beauty of the world we're in. You gotta take a chance, grab a partner and dance. Out here, out on a limb. Take that slide down a slippery hill. Kids are the finest company. Cocoa's hot and the noses are running. Feel alive and your body's humming. Let's go out on a limb. You got to show 'em the beauty of the world we're in. Take a chance, grab a partner and dance. Out here, out on a limb. Every child is a miracle. Tall, strong, short, or fragile. Being there to love 'em's the least we can do. Lift 'em up where they can see the view. Let's go out on a limb. Show 'em the beauty of the world we're in. Take a chance, grab a partner and dance. Out here, out on a limb. We're right out here, out on a limb. Waiting for you right here, out on a limb. Thank you very much. No, don't get up. It's okay. For those of you who don't know, I spent a lot of time with kids in my professional and personal life, doing songwriting residencies in schools and other places and concerts. And I love balancing it with so-called grown-up concerts too, which I consider this being one of. So it's such a pleasure to be back at Passim, sort of Passim's virtually. And when this COVID stuff started, I was very much taken with what I was seeing with families getting to know each other again, and people outside playing games, and at a distance, of course. But it's amazing, and the applause for healthcare workers and incredible things, moving stuff. So I had and still have a lot of hope, and wrote this song called "What We Have Found." Germs are in the air, folks are anxious everywhere. We're faced with new realities that seem too much to bear. Streets are empty, like shells. Hugging's frowned upon, let's sanitize ourselves. Vision's 2020 from a distance. Crystal clear perspective at a glance. Connecting and appreciating, listening is illuminating. No stinking virus has a chance. 6 long feet apart, still we hear that beating heart. Scrub that counter and our hands, it's only just a start. Isolation, quarantine, a new vernacular like we've never seen. Visions 2020 at a distance, crystal clear perspective at a glance. Connecting and appreciating, listening is illuminating. No stinking virus has a chance. Wiping off our phones through the whining and the groans. Extended elbow string to touch, but still we feel alone. Skype and FaceTime, cyber friends. We can see and hear, but longing never ends. Visions 2020 at a distance, crystal clear perspective at a glance. Connecting and appreciating, listening is illuminating. No stinking virus has a chance. From this crisis we can seize the moment, learning from the lessons that abound. Community and family, friendships crush calamity. Remember and embrace what we have found. From this crisis we can seize the moment, learning from the lessons that abound. Community and family and friendships crush calamity. Remember and embrace what we have found. Oh, remember and embrace what we have found. You got to remember and embrace what we have found. All right. Now, in my time with kids, I meet a lot of girls who, little girls, usually elementary school, and sometimes middle school girls who feel kind of pushed down by boys and by society, and they don't have the chances and opportunities that boys have. And so it's pretty maddening, and I wanted to give them a little pep talk. So I wrote a little pep talk for them. And it's about a little girl who wanted to do something for a profession that brought a lot of ridicule upon her. She was teased about it, and it didn't stop her. She became one of the best ever. I'm getting bored with Barbies. I hate my tiny toys. I just want to dig a hole and make a lot of noise. So fit me with a hard hat, drive me to the site. Once I'm pulling levers, it'll be alright. Backhoe girl, I want to be a backhoe girl. Swinging, swaying, and digging the world. I gotta do what moves me, and so it sure behooves me to be a backhoe girl. My classmates call me crazy, my parents roll their eyes. Grown-ups all around me say I'm lost and quite unwise. But when I'm with my bucket, above it all it seems, not a soul can stop me scooping out my dreams. Backhoe girl, I wanna be a backhoe girl. Swinging, swaying, and digging the world. I gotta do what moves me, and so it sure behooves me to be a backhoe girl. You know, it started in the sandbox, a rusty little rig. Something deep inside of me said I was born to dig. I thought we were in heaven, my vehicle and I, moving earth and gravel, honey, I can make it fly. backhoe girl. I'm gonna be a backhoe girl. Swinging, swaying, and digging the world. I gotta do what moves me, and so it sure behooves me to be a backhoe girl. Oh, backhoe girl, I'm gonna be a backhoe girl. Swinging, swaying, and digging the world. Oh, I gotta do what moves me, and so it sure behooves me. Up in that cab I'll frolic, with dreams downright hydraulic. A chopper and a spreader, no boy can do it better than this backhoe. Call me a wacko, but I'm your backhoe girl. Thank you. My cat just thanked me. And now this happened, this has nothing to do with the song, but my wife has always, since we met, told me that one of her dreams was to drive an earth-moving machine. And that maybe that came into play in my writing that song, Backhoe Girl. But so for our anniversary, a bunch of years ago, I surprised her and drove her to the town garage of Gailmor, Vermont. And there, next to the dirt pile, was the road commissioner on a huge backhoe. And he gave my wife a half-hour lesson on the backhoe, and then she went to town and used the backhoe on the dirt pile, and I've never seen her happier. So anyway, that has nothing to do with the song, but just thought you'd like to know that. So, catastrophe often brings the best out in us, as it is right now. And in 1992, in Montpelier, Vermont, our capital, smallest state capital in the country, and one of the most beautiful, there's a river called the Winooski River. And in 1992, the river froze up and then thawed out into big chunks of ice, went flowing down the river, and at a certain point, it became an ice jam, and the river overflowed and flooded the city of Montpelier. And I went to visit them. People were running around the next day from building to building, carrying water pumps and vacuum cleaners and insulation, and just helping each other. It was amazing. It was a beautiful sight. So I wrote them a song called You Can't Keep a Good Town Down. And if you want to sing along with me, every time I sing, you know you can't, you can sing, you know you can't, right after me. You know you can't, you know you can't, you know you can't, you know you can't. Okay, good. See, you're doing it right. Let's try. You know you can't, you know you can't. Excellent. Mild March 11 in 92. Found Mother Nature in a mischievous mood. She ordered up jam with Winooski on ice. The river rose up and we all paid a price. Sidewalks vanished under the tide. Wind-blown water took the town for a ride. Off went the power, out went the phones. The banks all cried, can you float me alone? You know you can't, you know you can't, you know you can't keep a good town down. What's a little water with friends around? You can't keep a good town down. Mortified merchants could only stare, watching their livelihood splash everywhere. The scene was something from a madman's brain. Dumpsters drifted downstate and Maine. Old Mother Nature, she'd seen enough, taught us a lesson, strutted her stuff. She turned down the heat and stayed around to see those cranes drop the I-beams down. You know you can't, you know you can't, you know you can't keep a good town down. What's the little water with friends around? You can't keep a good town down. Well, the tide left town not a moment too soon. The capital city looked just like the moon. All of a sudden, with the wave of a wand, folks were arriving with the work gloves on. Out of the woodwork, down from the hills, friends and flood jokes warmed at the chills. Mopping up together, not a soul was alone. The city was back and it felt like home. You know you can't, you know you can't, you know you can't keep a good town down. What's a little water with friends around? You can't keep a good town down. I said you can, you know you can, you can't keep a good town down. What's a little water with friends around? You can't keep a good town down. I said what's a little water with friends around? You can't keep a good time down. And you can't. All right. Good singing out there. Here's a great old song, written in the 40s by a guy named Dick Blakesley, and it was one of my father's favorite tunes, and became the theme song of a political campaign in 1948. A man named Henry Wallace ran for president on the Progressive Party against Truman and Dewey, and my father was his chief fundraising speaker. And so there developed a reflex called the Gailmor reflex, which was downright Pavlovian. Every time my father would get up to speak, people would reach for their wallets. And it was just conditioned response, classic. But Henry Wallace loved the song Passing Through, so that was the theme of the campaign. And I'm going to sing it for you now, and I've added a new verse. Just a couple of days ago, my wife and I collaborated. We were taking a walk and created a new verse for it. So it goes like this. Easy chorus to sing with. I saw Adam leave the garden with an apple in his hand. I said, now you're out, what are you gonna do? Plant some crops and pray for rain, maybe raise little Cain. I'm an orphan now and I'm just passing through. Passing through, this is your part. Passing through. Sometimes happy, sometimes blue, glad that I ran into you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. I saw Jesus on the cross on that hill called Calvary. Do you hate mankind for what they've done to you? He said, talk of love, not hate, 'cause it's getting mighty late. I have so little time and I'm just passing through. Passing through, passing through. Sometimes happy, sometimes blue, glad that I ran into you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. I shivered next to Washington one night at Valley Forge. Why do the soldiers freeze here like they do? He said men will suffer, fight, even die for what is right, even though they know they're only passing through. Come on. Passing through, passing through. Sometimes happy, sometimes blue, glad that I ran into you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. 'Twas the Franklin Roosevelt side just a while before he died. He said one world must come out of World War II. Yankee, Russian, white or tan, Lord, a man is just a man. We're all brothers and we're only passing through. Passing through, passing through. Sometimes happy, sometimes blue, glad that I ran into you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. Gandhi spoke of freedom one night. I said, man, we gotta fight. He said, yes, but love's the weapon we should use. For with killing no one wins. It's with love that peace begins. Takes courage when we're only passing through. Here we go. Passing through, passing through. Sometimes happy, sometimes blue, glad that I ran into you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. And I saw Woody Guthrie's face in a crowded, lonely place. And I saw him down on 7th Avenue. Though I lost him in the throng, I can still hear his song. We're all singers and we're only passing through. Come on, singers. Passing through, passing through. Sometimes happy, sometimes blue, glad that I ran into you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. 'Twas a man from Alabama who awakened every soul. And from his courage, hope, and kindness grew. Brutal trials he overcame. John Lewis was his name. What an honor to be with him passing through. Passing through, passing through. Sometimes happy, sometimes blue, glad that I ran into you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. Passing through, passing through. Sometimes happy, sometimes blue, glad that I ran into you. Tell the people that you saw me passing through. In Vermont, we we have quite a few moose, although unfortunately the moose population is dwindling, and I don't like it. And a few times I've been out in the yard raking leaves, and one time I remember not too long ago I hear this clump, 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 and down comes this moose. He says, "Hello," and so I love that. And just we're surrounded by beautiful beasts of all sizes and shapes, and in Vermont. And so I decided to write an homage to the moose. It's called the Scat of the Moose. And scat, of course, has many meanings. One is wild animal poop, and one is a form of jazz singing where you just sing syllables. Skibbity-yap-and-dabba-doop. Ella Fitzgerald, Mel Torme, people like that were really good at it. And the other one is get out of here. So this is the Scat of the Moose, and it allows me to do my pitiful impression of my favorite moose from my childhood, which was, of course, Bullwinkle. One and the two and the three and the four. And the grand green theme of things, I'm glad I'm a moose, bobbing in the swamps where their plants are profuse. Humongous size belies my demeanor. I got the moves to dodge the snow machiner. Please don't shoot me, 'twould devastate my bride. Besides, sportsmen would scoff at your kill. I'll pose for your photos and show my best side. Download my face and let me graze at will. I'm a gentle beast with many buds deceased. Wide-angle photo op that makes the traffic stop. Lift a glass to me that I'm forever free to wander clumsily. Treat a tasty tree. So I'm a proud brown herbivore, my rack is ornate, a ruttin' and a roaming with a gangly gait. I'd like to think I'm elegant, though I look a fool. My self-esteem is fine, Mom thinks I rule. Drive with caution and keep me in your sights, in bus and pickup, car and RV. My head's way up above your dims and your brights. Maples that are moving might have eyes like these. I'm a gentle beast with many buds deceased. Wide-angle photo op that makes the traffic stop. Lift a glass to me that I'm forever free to wander clumsily. Treat a tasty tree. So they I see like your basic human types, I crave my personal space. You'll want to keep your distance from me, just in case. I may seem to dream, but if I deem you a threat, I'll probably charge you with a dearth of regret. Give me compassion and my due respect. Now I'm out of here, bid you adieu. We're all just earthlings, a world to protect. Gotta keep it wild for us, moose and you. Oh, I'm a gentle beast with many buds deceased. Wide-angle photo op that makes the traffic stop. Lift a glass to me that I'm forever free to wander clumsily. Treat a tasty tree. Well, I'm a gentle beast with many buds deceased. Wide-angle photo op that makes the traffic stop. Lift a glass to me that I'm forever free to wander clumsily. Treat a tasty tree. So that I see nothing up my sleeve, rock. All right. Well, I'm gonna do one more for you, and my father was a naughty man. He was very outspoken, and broadcaster and journalist in New York City. William S. Gailmor was his name. And he taught me, among other things, that it's noble to offend the right people, which I do on occasion. He also taught me that you shouldn't keep your mouth shut. If you feel strongly about something, you ought to speak out, and because we only have one lifetime to do it in. And so I've been doing that. I often get into trouble for not keeping my mouth shut, and but that's okay. It's worth it because I have pretty good peace of mind. So here's a song about saying things you feel, not just in political terms, but in human terms as well. And what a joy it's been. I have one more little anecdote about Passim's. Ray Ann Donlin, Bob's wife, had similar feelings as mine politically, and she once told me that she confided in me that she was afraid to drive in New Hampshire because she was afraid she'd be pulled over for thinking liberal thoughts. And I thought that was pretty funny. I think she knew that that would resonate with me, being a Vermont person. So anyway, it was wonderful, and I loved every minute of being at Passim's, and hopefully we can do this again sometime and actually be together and be live and look at each other and maybe even hug each other on occasion or do something like this. So thank you to Passim's for inviting me to be a part of this. Thank you, Gail, for the honor of sharing the virtual stage with you. And thank you all for listening. This is called Say It Now. My dad departed early and Mom checked out in haste. 1,000 things we left unsaid just weigh me down. They weigh me down. Children are my teachers, much wiser than their years. Thanks to them I'm learning how to say it now. Well, the playground is a jungle where we can all be wild. Beware of bullies lurking on the prowl. I bottled up my anger, my fear I pushed way down. There's no more room inside, gotta say it now. Say it now, anytime, anyhow. Grab the moment while you got it, let 'em hear it, say it now. How you feeling? Just set it free, don't wait till it's a eulogy right now. Say it now, say it now. Got people in my back and forth who've been there every time. They made the difference, helped me through somehow. If I don't up and tell them, then how are they to know? Can't wait another day, gotta say it now. Say it now, anytime, anyhow. Grab the moment while you got it, let 'em hear it, say it now. How you feeling? Just set it free, don't wait till it's a eulogy right now. Say it now, say it now. Well, the leaders make my blood boil, injustice rules the day. My sentiments are soil beneath their plow. But what I think does matter, I'll whip my seeds around. They'll grow to mighty heights if I say it now, right now. Say it now, anytime, anyhow. Grab the moment while you got it, let 'em hear it, say it now. How you feeling? Just set it free, don't wait till it's a eulogy right now. Say it now, say it now. So tell folks when we love 'em or when they make us mad. And to our fellow mammals make this vow. We won't procrastinate, no longer hesitate. We'll just communicate and say it now. Say it now, anytime, anyhow. Grab the moment while you got it, let 'em hear it, say it now. How you feeling? Just set it free, don't wait till it's a eulogy right now. Say it now, say it now. Say it now, anytime, anyhow. Grab the moment while you got it, let 'em hear it, say it now. How you feeling? Just set it free, don't wait till it's a eulogy right now. Say it now, say it now, right now. Say it now, say it now. Thank you.
We're done, yes.
Yeah, John.
Like it very much.
Wow.
Thank you.
Oh.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
John, that was amazing.
That's great.
Thanks.
I hadn't
Well,
heard you in many, many years except at the my daughter's wedding event, and you're still as good as you ever were.
Oh, well, thanks. I don't know what that says, but no, thank you, Gail. I've had the, yeah, I used to suck and still do. No, that's not
They
it.
sound pretty good to us.
Thank you very much. I had, in relearning songs, I've been posting a lot of songs lately, and I've listened to myself sing old songs from 40 years ago, and the notes I used to be able to hit are just, I can't even believe that I used to hit them without being, being steroidal or anything. One of the things about getting old is you have to realize that you're not young, and you have to have the discipline. When I sometimes will go for notes that I used to hit, and they're not there. So part of performing is pretending I really didn't mean to hit that note anyway. So I, did that all on purpose.
Well, I
Anyway.
literally, before you stopped your song, about 2 minutes before the end, I said to Jack, he sounds, just as good as, and I'm sure, if we had comparison, there's a
Well, it's
difference.
different.
There's a
I
difference.
really appreciate that, Gail.
But you sound
and,
fabulous. I'm so happy that you
I'm-
were able to join us.
Me too, and I'm still passionate, and that's what it boils down to. I haven't lost the passion. I've lost some notes up there, but I've gained a few down there, and so I have to take advantage of those other ones. And it was wonderful to hear you, Gail. To hear you for a whole set was just lovely and wonderful and spiritual and folky and genuine. I enjoyed every minute of it. So thank you. And Jack, your playing was stupendous.
Thanks. I just started playing yesterday, but I stayed up all night practicing.
Wow, I guess so.
Just think how good I'll be by this time tomorrow if I keep playing.
I'll be there. What a quick study, Jack. And Abby, thank you so much for making us sound decent.
Oh man, thank you so much for doing this. This is great.
Can I do a quick shout out before you end it, Abby? I just have to say, I catch a lot of your live shows, and I can't even imagine the hard work that you and Matt and the staff that are working with you are going through right now to keep the club open and vital, and I just have to give you props. I mean, it must be overwhelming, and you guys have pulled it together really fast, and you're beloved around the world, and I'm glad that people are. And so I want to say that any money tonight that people donate will go to the club. So please, if you
That's
have
right.
anything you can pay toward a ticket price, give it to the club.
All the donations are going to Passim, so everything is. So, translate that love you all have for the club into financial thanks. And because we got to keep Passim's going. It's a treasure and a gift to us all.
And important.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Therapeutic as well.
Yep.
I couldn't have said a better pitch myself. Thanks. Well, thank you folks so much for coming on and playing for us. We are definitely planning on having you back in the club for real sometime when we can all do that again. We'd love to have you both on the same stage.
That would be great.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
You're wonderful.
Of course. So that was Gail, Finnie, Rundlett, and John Gailmor. Thank you folks so much for tuning in tonight. As they mentioned, if you'd like to donate to the club, you can go to passim.org/stream. We're suggesting an $18 donation for tonight. That's the price that the ticket would have been if we were having this in the club, and fingers crossed, we will have it again in the club. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thanks for supporting us. We hope to see you next time. You can see all of our shows that are coming up at passim.org/stream. Have a good night, folks.